2 videos in 2 days? That's different for me. So I saw Cruella earlier tonight, and I gotta admit, I had a lot of fun with it. It's not exactly a great movie. It's not even really like the best thing Disney's done this year, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's probably the most I've enjoyed a live action Disney film just in general, probably. They don't have a great, a great track record. But this one has sort of an interesting twist on it. It's, about a villain, like before they actually become a villain, trying to characterize them. And they did do that before with Maleficent, but I just found that movie to be, like, a little bit too, like, serious for what it was. It was a little bit trying to be, like, very dark, but not exactly, like, keeping the same, like, goofy spirit of what it's actually about. This movie doesn't do that. It sells itself certainly on being more dark, and it is PG-13, which is honestly kind of surprising even after seeing the movie. I don't think it warrants that PG-13 rating all that much, but the MPAA is dumb and I don't understand them. But it's very goofy. This movie very much knows that it's going to be seen by a lot of families, even though it has a bit of an edgier side to it. It's still trying to be fun for pretty much everyone that is going to go watch it. This is partly due to, I think, the style of the director, Craig Gillespie. He did I, Tonya, he did a few other things, I can't really remember, but he has like a Scorsese sort of uh, style to him. I don't know, where he tries to do the whole, like, very montage heavy, needle drop heavy type of storytelling that was in I, Tonya. He does that again here. And it's, like, it's fun. I don't know. It's not exactly breaking new ground. It's not really, like, creating this wholly unique experience, but I thought it was just a fun way to tell this story that has some lighthearted elements. It also tries to keep that edginess to it, and I don't know, I thought it worked. I thought Emma Stone was really good as Cruella. She really sells it. There's a lot of layers to this character, surprisingly. I don't really remember the original 101 Dalmatians or the character of Cruella de Vil in that movie, but, I mean, I really liked her in this movie. I certainly don't think she's probably as deep as they made her out to be in this one, but I really liked the writing of her character. I thought that Emma Stone did a good job selling those different layers to her, a lot of the trauma that she's gone through as a child, all of that. I thought the cast in general was really good. The two sidekick characters that she has, I like them. The guy from I, Tonya, who's in this movie, is one of them, and he's great. I really hope that he, like, continues to get work, because he's, like, a really underrated character actor in my opinion. And then I can't remember right now who plays the villain of the movie, but the villain, she's good. That's a role for this type of movie that really could seem like someone's phoning it in for, like, a paycheck, but I think that she actually, like, gets into it. It seems like she's having fun with how much she's trying to be evil. That's really what it seems like everyone's doing in this movie. They seem like they're having fun. They know what this is. They know it's for children. That's something that I had to kind of keep in mind while I was watching it, because it's not the smartest thing. It's not, like, again, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's kind of doing a lot of tropes that you've seen in other live action Disney things, or even movies that Craig Gillespie has made before, that he's certainly not the first to copy that style. But the most important thing is it's made for kids, and I think it's just a very fun, entertaining kids movie that I feel like would be more interesting to kids because it has that PG-13 rating. And I don't think a lot of parents are going to really know that going in. I think they're going to see a live-action Disney movie is being released and be like, oh, I should take my kids to see this, and not even think about the implications of Cruella de Vil as a character. And it's weird, because there's not actually anything in this movie that is necessarily, like, explicitly violent or anything, but I think kids will still get this sort of feeling that they're watching something that they're not really supposed to, which I think is just, whenever you're that age and you're seeing something like that, it's really fun. In terms of problems that I had, there were some moments of editing towards the beginning that I thought were kind of all over the place. They were really, like, trying to get things set in motion, lots of montages. That also goes along with the fact that there are so many needle drops in this movie. Again, it's a thing that Gillespie seems to like doing a lot, but it really is kind of egregious in here. It's like one after another throughout. I don't want to like end up exaggerating and seeming like too hyperbolic, but it really is like throughout the movie they just keep adding in songs. At first I thought they like didn't have a score and they were just using like popular songs from the 70s to really supply musical feeling to each scene, but there is a score. It's in there somewhere. I don't remember as much. I just remember everything else that they played. Half of the budget is probably going to like the rights for all of these songs. That got really annoying just because of how frequently it was used, and I thought there were certain scenes that probably would have benefited from less music or just like an original score or just something that wasn't like a pop song to like sort of get like the adults and like maybe like kids who like appreciate older music, I don't know, to like really get into whatever scene was happening then. I feel like the movie sort of didn't really have confidence in some of its scenes, and that's why they sort of relied too much on the pop songs and everything, which is disappointing. But again, it's like it's not that big of a deal in a movie like this where I'm not like expecting so much. So in general, I was just really pleasantly surprised by this. It has like a really good sort of dark edge to it that I thought was really interesting for one of these movies. Emma Stone is great. The cast is great. There's a lot of really interesting plot developments, twists and turns. It kind of turns into a heist movie at certain points. The visuals were actually really interesting to look at. Some of the CGI wasn't great, certainly, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. It was just like a fun movie. And maybe it's helped by the fact that it's like one of the first movies that I'm being able to regularly see in theaters. But yeah, that's how I felt with it. I was pleasantly surprised by this. There are a lot of Joker comparisons, obviously, because it really marketed itself that way. And I want to say that it's not like really founded because it's just a completely different movie. It's not as dark as that is. It's very much like for families, but there are certain elements of it that seem almost directly ripped from Joker, certain plot developments even, that I wasn't expecting at all, to be like so similar to Joker, I mean. So that's kind of my stance on it. It is silly to say that this is like copying Joker, but also it's kind of true in some aspects. I don't know. I think that this is a much better version of just a villain origin story from Disney than I was hoping for. And I really enjoyed it. It's a fun time. I would give it like a light 7. It's pretty good. I would recommend go seeing it if you want to, if you like Emma Stone, if you just want to see, if you're a big fan of 101 Dalmatians, I don't know. And yeah, that's my thoughts about it. If you want to tell me your thoughts, let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to follow me on Letterboxd. That's in the description down below. Yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts. And goodbye.